Hello, this is Scratchworks, which is a smart whiteboard type thing that is used for math, to share math in a math classroom. This is great if you do not have a touch screen like a Chromebook or a tablet, so that you can share the work that the student has done without having to use like the mouse, because we all know it's really hard to write with your trackpad. So you can actually take pictures of your work and import them. So it has a little camera here. I could not get that feature to work while I was recording, so I've already inserted something here from a worksheet. You can see under question 11, the work is really dark. That's where I went ahead and wrote my answer with a pen. And then on the left, on number 12, you can see how it looks with a pencil. So up here, you have some options when you first import it. You can change how dark it is. So I can make this darker, and the pencil does show up better. Now the pen looks a little fuzzy, but the pencil shows up better. And then you can like make it lighter. So now my pen looks a little less fuzzy. So you can just kind of play with that to see how that looks best. Then you can also turn it into just a picture. So they could just import their picture, and that might be easier to see depending on the problem. So once I've done that, these pieces are interactive. So I can move it around. I can highlight certain parts of the problem and I can rearrange it. I can take something and I can delete it. So it's a pretty interesting way to share your math with other students. So the students could all come to this board and input their math in a certain area. You can zoom in and out, and so you could have a different like area for each kid, and then they can go around and find each other's stuff. You can also like type things in, do some text and say insert work here. You can highlight things, and then you can also write with a pen. If you do have touchscreen capabilities, you can type something that way. You can change the colors and the size. And then you can insert pictures or PDFs, like say you have a worksheet you want students to work on. You can have the worksheet in there, and then they can just write down their work on a piece of paper and take pictures of it. So I think that this is rather limited in the free version when it comes to how many people you can share it with. So here I can add this link and anybody can edit it. But then if I go to the number of boards that I can have, I think I can only have a certain number of boards, which I'd have to look. So if I go into my settings here and I click the Scratchwork in the top corner, this takes me back to that, to the home page talking about how you can work this out. Under pricing, you can see this is free for an occasional user. It says up to 2 simultaneous users per board, so you could, you'd have to have them going in and out individually. But if you pay, it looks like it's not very expensive. It's about $12 a year. Then you could have 7 per board, which is still really low, but you could have like 1 person per group go in or something like that. And then this type in latex is pretty neat. So it doesn't have the latex pen. You'll see that's in the plan features down here. But you can type in latex if you're familiar with that. And then if you could integrate it with your LMS, that would be easier. So it has some cool things that you can do even on the free, but they're like this, I guess this kind of was a big deal around COVID, and that's when that pen ended up being taken off because I'm assuming their servers weren't able to keep up with it. And it does look like they offer discounts if you're buying it by yourself and the school isn't paying for it. So it's a pretty neat way to share student work using the scanning process with the camera.